Dear students, welcome to our online class. I have already taught you the first two lessons, The Portrait of a Lady by Gushwant Singh and The Queen of Boxing by Mary Kom. Today, we are going to learn some important questions and answers from these two lessons. Students, write all these questions and answers in your English notebook. Now, let us see the first question. Describe the grandfather as seen in the portrait. The grandfather looked like a 100-year-old man. He wore a big turban and loose-fitting clothes. His long white beard covered the chest. Why was the author left with his grandmother in the village? The author's parents left him with his grandmother till they settled in the city. Where did the author study in his childhood? The author studied in a village school in his childhood. Why did the grandmother accompany the author to school? The school was attached to the temple. The grandmother sat there reading the scriptures till the school was over. What made the dogs follow the grandmother after school hours? The grandmother gave chapatis to the street dogs, so they followed her. Why didn't the grandmother feel sentimental when the author went abroad for higher education? The grandmother accepted changes silently. She accepted the seclusion, so she was not sentimental. What was the happiest time of the day for the grandmother? The grandmother fed the sparrows with bread in the afternoons. This was the happiest time of the day for her. Now we can see the questions and answers from lesson 2. The first question: how did Mary Kom manage to get financial support for a trip to the USA? Mary Kom's father managed to get rupees 2000 for her trip. Two MPs donated rupees 8000. The next question: why did Mary Kom think that she would not return empty handed after all the efforts that many people had made for her trip? Many people had donated money for her trip. They had confidence in her. So she did not want to disappoint them. What was her first impression of America? The USA was cold and beautiful. The snowing was pleasing. The people were very nice. Why did she call herself lucky? After a long journey, she had jet lag. She did not have any match that day. She could take rest, so she felt that she was lucky. According to Mary Kom, what was the reason for her losing in the finals? She lost her appetite and weight before the finals. This was the reason for her losing in the finals. What made her feel confident about the competitive players? She had the belief that she could take on any boxer. This gave her confidence. The seventh question: what difficulty did she experience while eating Chinese food? She enjoyed Chinese food, but it was difficult for her to use the chopsticks. How was she felicitated on her return to India? She was given a warm welcome at Delhi airport. She was greeted with garlands and drumbeats in Impal. There was a felicitation in Langol. She was presented with a shawl. What did she consider her greatest achievement? Why? Mary Kom defeated Stuluta Datta in 2006 at New Delhi. She won the fourth World Championship. She considered this success at her homeland as her greatest achievement. Now students, take your English textbook and turn to page number 7. Here you can see prefixes and suffixes. Now let us learn them. Her silver locks were scattered untidily over her pale, puckered face, and her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayer. In the above sentence, the word inaudible is formed by adding the prefix in to the root or the base word audible. What is a prefix? A prefix is a letter or a group of letters which is added to the beginning of a root word in order to modify it. Usually, the new word formed is the opposite of the given word. In the above sentence, we also come across the word constantly. Here, the suffix ly is added to the root word constant. A suffix is a letter or a group of letters added to the end of a root word. By adding suffixes, the grammatical function of the word changes. Words that are derived or formed from the base word by adding prefixes and suffixes are called derivatives. Now let us discuss some of the derivatives. Prefix, suffix. First you can see prefix. Honest, dishonest. Fortunate, unfortunate. Respect, disrespect. Rational, irrational. Direct, indirect. Comfortable, uncomfortable. Regular, irregular. Active, inactive. Agree, disagree. Obedient, disobedient. Continue, discontinue. Decent, indecent. Legitimate, illegitimate. Relevant, irrelevant. Aware, unaware. Finite, infinite. Non-finite. Necessary, unnecessary. Approve, disapprove. Collect, recollect. Manage, mismanage. Mortal, immortal. Efficient, inefficient. Able, unable, enable. Paid, prepaid, postpaid. Power, empower. Use, misuse. Code, decode, encode. Large, enlarge. Look, overlook. Minister, ex-minister. Suffix. Manage, management, manager. Peace, peaceful, peaceable. Approve, approval. Differ, different, difference. Arrange, arrangement. Narrate, narration, narrator. Beauty, beautiful, beauteous. Collect, collection, collector. Class, classify, classic. Agree, agreement, agreeable. Aware, awareness. Relevant, relevance. Obedient, obedience. Active, activation, activate. Respect, respectful, respectable. Rational, rationally, rationality. Direct, direction, directly. Continue, continuous, continuity. Decent, decency, decently. Legitimate, legitimation, legitimately. Here ends today's session. Thank you.